Imagine a serene beach stroll with your dogs suddenly interrupted by the horrifying sight of your home engulfed in flames. That's the shocking reality that unfolded for a South Carolina judge this past Sunday. This incident not only destroyed a family residence but also left 3 people hospitalized, sparking widespread concern and an ongoing investigation. But here's where it gets controversial. The judge in question has been at the center of heated debates over election integrity, making this fire feel like more than just a tragic accident to some observers. Let's dive into the details and explore what happened, why it matters, and the questions it raises about coincidence versus something deeper. On October 6, 2025, Circuit Court Judge Diane Goodstein was out walking her dogs along the picturesque shores of Edisto Island, South Carolina, a charming spot about an hour south of Charleston. While she was away, disaster struck her home. Her husband, Arnold Goodstein, a former state senator, their son, Arnold Goodstein III, and another resident were inside when the blaze erupted. In a desperate bid to escape, they had to leap from the elevated first floor of the burning building, officials reported. The marshy terrain surrounding the property made traditional rescue methods impossible, so Colleton County Fire Rescue turned to an unconventional hero, a kayak. The team used it to navigate the backyard and pull the occupants to safety. One of the victims was airlifted to the Medical University of South Carolina Hospital in Charleston for urgent care, while the other 2 were transported there by ground ambulance. As of now, details about their current health conditions remain undisclosed, leaving friends, family, and the community anxiously awaiting updates. This kind of incident highlights the unpredictable dangers of living in coastal areas, where quick access to emergency services can be a lifesaver. Or in this case, a kayak. Authorities are taking this seriously. The South Carolina Supreme Court issued a statement confirming that the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED, the state's top investigative agency, responded immediately to the scene. SLED is actively probing the cause of the fire, which could range from an electrical fault to something more sinister. To ensure safety, local law enforcement has been instructed to increase patrols and provide extra security around judicial properties. The Supreme Court emphasized that they'll stay in close contact with SLED throughout the process. For beginners wondering about SLED, think of it as South Carolina's version of a state FBI. They handle major crimes and investigations that go beyond local police capabilities. And this is the part most people miss. Judge Goodstein isn't just any resident. Her recent judicial decisions have put her in the national spotlight, especially on topics like election security. Just last month, she issued a ruling that temporarily blocked the South Carolina Election Commission from handing over millions of voter records to the Department of Justice. These files included sensitive personal information like names, addresses, driver's license numbers, and social security numbers. Details that could be used to verify voter eligibility, but also raise privacy concerns. This action was in response to an executive order from President Trump in March 2025, which aimed to prevent non-citizens from registering to vote by requiring states to share such data with the federal government. Her decision was seen by some as a bold stand for voter privacy and against potential government overreach, but it was quickly overturned by the South Carolina State Supreme Court just days later. This reversal underscores the tension between protecting individual rights and ensuring election integrity, a debate that's divided opinions across the political spectrum. For example, supporters of stricter voting laws might argue that sharing this information is essential to root out fraud, while critics could point out the risks of data breaches or misuse, potentially disenfranchising legitimate voters. Goodstein's judicial career dates back to 1998, when she was first elected to her circuit court position, according to the South Carolina Judicial Branch. Over the years, she's built a reputation for handling complex cases. But this latest event has people wondering if her high-profile rulings could be connected to the fire. Is this a random tragedy, or could it be linked to her stance on election matters? Some might whisper about political retaliation, while others dismiss it as mere coincidence. What do you think? Does this fire raise red flags about judicial safety in an era of polarized politics? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you see this as a concerning pattern, or are we overthinking a simple accident? Let's discuss and unpack these possibilities together.